And thanks for joining me for this little late summer practice. We're going to be focusing on the meridian lines of the organs of the season, that being the stomach and the spleen. So the spleen meridian lines draw up through the inner seams of the legs, then travel up through the torso, and the stomach run more through the outer part of the legs. So a lot of leg work in this practice. So we're just going to get started right into it in Vinyasa, so opening out into the inner seams of the legs. Just taking the soles of the feet together, shutting down your eyes. And just finding a softness through the shoulders. And we're still thinking about this sense of grounding and rooting in your late summer practice. So here, just feel your sit bones connect to the earth. And feel yourself growing from there. Feeling line through the spine. Taking a moment to connect to the breath. Taking each inhale through the nose and out through the nose. And just really using your breath as a way of grounding into your practice. Noticing how as you use your breath to release tension in the mind, you're also releasing it through the body. And just noticing your knees, maybe coming slightly closer towards the mat as you've just released any tension through the hip area and through the inner thighs. And just taking another couple of breaths. If it helps, count your breath in for 3. And out for 3. And as you do that, you'll be able to just zone out anything that's maybe going on in the room around you or in your home. And just slowly begin to draw the chin into the chest. Find space through the back of the neck. Finding a softness through the shoulders at the same time. And breathe in slowly, lift the head, keeping the eyes closed, draw the chin up towards the sky to lengthen into the front of the throat. And then release the head to the center. Flutter open your eyes. Coming into a wide leg Janu Sirsasana A, extend the right leg out to the side, tucking the sole of the left foot into the inner thigh, go nice and tall, draw the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhaling over towards the right side, gazing underneath the left armpit. And just finding space through the side line. So left side torso releases. The inner thigh and the left side releasing. Also feeling a stretch through the right hamstrings too. Breathe in, float the hands up towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, release the left hand down onto the mat, roll over onto the shin, lift the hips, and sweep the right arm all the way overhead. Activating through the right quad, drawing up into the kneecap. Exhale, release the hips, take the gaze forward. Switching over to the other side, extend the left leg out to the side, sole of the right foot tucks into the inner thigh, breathing in, draw the hands up. Exhale, draw over towards the left. Gaze underneath the armpit. Thinking about grounding right sit bones to the earth to maximize the space that you're creating through the side body. Breathe in, take the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand releases. Sweep the hips forward, extend the left arm overhead. And just releasing into the left side hip flexor. Hips lower down, gaze comes forward. Cross the feet. And just make your way into an all fours position. Spreading the fingers wide. Making sure the knees are hip distance apart and taking a moment here, just be mindful of your hips, keeping them stacked above the knees at all times. Tuck the right toes under so you're flexing into the foot. Then as you breathe in, begin to lift the foot up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the mat. Be mindful of your left hip here. So keeping left hip above the left knee, then begin to draw the right knee over to the side. Exhale, draw the knee down towards the mat. Breathe in, lift that foot back to the sky. Take the right foot to the outside of the right hand, angling toes out ever so slightly, making sure your knee is facing in the same direction as the toes. Creating space here between right knee and left hip flexor, so if you need to tuck the back toes under, wriggle back, release down, untuck toes. Either staying here with your hands down onto the mat or coming onto your forearms. Keeping an engagement through the inner thigh on the right side, so keep drawing it in towards the shoulder. Back of the neck stays nice and long, and just taking a couple of breaths here to stretch into the right glute and left side hip flexor. Every exhale, just feeling yourself melting away any tension. Now place the hands below the shoulders, the forearms are down onto the mat, straighten into the arms. Roll over onto the outer seam of the right foot, take right hand to the inner thigh. Draw the knee over to the side, rotating your torso over towards the right side. Try to spiralize the heart up towards the ceiling, so opening out into the front body. Take one more exhale, release the knee closer towards the mat. Lower the foot down, keeping the toes angled out to the side. Place your right hand down onto the mat, tuck left toes under, lift the knee up. Left foot comes to the outside of the left hand, sink down into Malasana, low yogic squat. Elbows come to the insides of the knees, palms draw together. Take a little sway from side to side to open through the hips. Exhale, release the hands down. Jump or step back into a plank, feet come to the back of the mat, hip distance apart, drop the knees down. Shift shoulders beyond the wrist, then exhale, lower your body all the way. Untuck toes, press into the hands and knees, travel into child's pose. Big toes come together, and rest your forehead on the mat. Take one deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, take shoulders above the wrist, returning into your all fours. Tuck left toe under. Breathe in, extend the foot up towards the sky. Keep the 90-degree angle through the knee, exhale, lower the knee towards the mat. Then as you breathe in, begin to draw the knee out to the side. Exhale, release the knee. Breathe in, draw the foot back to the ceiling. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, angling toes out slightly and deciding if this is enough for you here with hands down onto the mat, or taking it a little bit deeper, placing the forearms down. And using an out breath to sink the hips towards the earth. Trying to find a broadness through the chest so that your breath can circulate through the body. And one more deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. Place hands below the shoulders, the forearms are down onto the mat, straighten into the arms. Tuck right toes under, lift the knee off, hop right foot to the outside of the right hand, sinking down. Elbows come to the insides of the knees, palms together, and once again just swaying from side to side as we continue to open through the hips and release through inner thighs. Making sure feet are firmly planted down onto the mat. And take the hands down. Jump or step back into a plank. Drop knees. Untuck toes, shift the shoulders forward, exhale, lower all the way down. Press into the hands and knees, big toes come together, exhale into child's pose. And in this child's pose, make sure your hands are shoulder width apart and that you're really pressing into the hands to take the tailbone to the heel to open through the hips. Breathe in, ripple shoulders above the wrist, return into your all fours. Toes are tucked. Breathe in, lift the right foot to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee towards the mat. Draw the knee over to the side. Exhale, draw it to the earth. Breathe in, lift the foot to the ceiling. Now this time staying here or lifting your left knee so this is just hovering off the mat. Connecting your hands to the earth and engaging through the abdomen. Left heel sinks to the mat as the leg straightens, coming into a three-legged downward dog. Inhale, one-legged plank, shoulders come above the wrists, pointing into the toes, drawing up into the right thigh. Press into the hands, lift the foot back up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Take the leg to hip height, flex into the foot. Abduct through the leg, so draw the leg over towards the right side. Keep extending it to the side, take the shoulders above the wrists in this variation of a plank. Leg then extends behind you. Draw the knee to the chest. Step the foot through between the hands. Rise up into a high lunge when you're ready, making sure the feet are leg distance apart. Rooting down into each corner of the front foot, engaging through the back thigh. Now draw your hands together in front of the chest. Shift your weight into the right foot, float forward, taking left thigh parallel with the mat. Right hand places onto the hip. Take left hand in front of the knee. Breathe in, grow nice and tall, then as you exhale, draw the knee over to the side. Engaging through the outer hip on the right side. To keep drawing it in. Breathe in, lift the knee back to the centre, take the hands together in front of the chest. Find standing pigeon, left ankle comes on top of the right knee and sink down. So try to think about directing your left knee to the mat. Opening out into the hip. Flexing into the left toes. Take one more exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. Now slide the left foot to the outside of the right. Exhale, release into a forward fold as you take a moment to stretch the IT band. If hands don't reach the mat, just take them around the legs. Breathe in, find a little bit more space. Exhale, release into it. Step the left foot to the inside of the right. Hands come down onto the mat, take a big bend into your knees, step into plank. Knees on or off, this time take the shoulders forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Toes untucked, press into the hands and knees, return into child's pose. Take one deep breath in your child's pose. And a deep breath out. Inhale, take shoulders above the wrist, come into all fours. Tucking both toes under. Keeping your arms straight at all times and keeping your hands connected to the earth. Breathe in, lift the left foot to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the mat. Breathe in, extend the left knee over to the side. And draw it down. Breathe in, lift the foot back to the ceiling. Right knee, you might want to come off the mat. As you just work on stabilizing a little bit here and taking some strength into your abdomen. Straighten into the right leg, lift left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep the arms straight, ripple shoulders above the wrist, coming into a one-legged plank, pointing into left toes. Foot then comes back to the ceiling. Draw the leg to hip height. Flex into the foot, then draw the leg over to the side, keeping both arms straight. Still keeping them straight, take the leg over to the side. Draw it back behind you. Take the knee to the chest. Step the foot through between the hands. Rise up into a high lunge just in your own time, making sure you're grounding down into the feet. Squaring off your hips. And feel your thigh bones drawing into the midline. Hands come together in front of the chest. Take your weight into the left foot, float forward, right thigh becomes parallel with the mat. Grow nice and tall. Take left hand onto the hip. Right hand comes in front of the knee. Draw the knee over to the side. And just finding stability through this left leg. Take the knee back to the center. Releasing here, hands come together in front of the chest. Standing pigeon, ankle comes on top of the knee, sink down into the knee and draw the right knee towards the earth. So just opening out into the inner seam of the right leg. Maybe feeling a little stretch into the glute too. Left leg stays nice and active. Take one more exhale, bending a little bit deeper. Slide the right foot to the outside of the leg. Exhale, draw the hands towards the mat. Taking a moment this time to release through the left IT band. And your breath softens you into this fold. Step the right foot to the inside of the leg. Press into the feet, rise all the way up to standing. Take hands to the sky. Bring palms together. Exhale, fold back inwards one more time. Hands still in the mat. Breathe in, take the left leg so that it's in line with the hip. Exhale, draw the foot down towards the earth, keeping that leg straight. Breathe in, extend the foot to the sky. Sorry, taking it to hip height, then you're going to draw the knee all the way over towards the left side. Trying to keep your right hip stacked above the foot. Draw the leg back behind you. Find Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, left hand comes onto the hip. Rotate your hips over towards the left side, then take the left hand up to the ceiling. Now if that's too much, just keep the hands on the mat and just working on opening the hip and lifting the leg off the mat. Find a big bend into the right knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. Arms come to shoulder height. Soften through the shoulders. Pull up into the back thigh. And just making sure you're engaging through the inner seam in the right leg, tracking that knee open. Left hand releases down the leg. Right hand comes to the ceiling. Keep firing up through this back quadricep, then inhale, take the arms to shoulder height. Right elbow releases onto the thigh, sweep left arm overhead, extending through the side body. From here, you're going to exhale, release the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Connecting right shoulder and right knee, peeling left side torso back. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot, lift up into the arch. Exhale, release the left hand down. Swivel on the ball of the back foot, breathe in, take the right hand to the ceiling, opening through the chest. Keep active through the back wall. Exhale, right hand comes to the outside of the foot. Step into plank. Engage through the abdomen, take shoulders forward, knees on or off. Exhale, lower halfway. Take a breath in here. Exhale, release down. Toes untucked, press into the hands, come into child's pose, big toes together. Inhale, come into all fours. Tuck both toes under. Breathe in, extend the left foot to the sky. Draw the knee down towards the mat. Take the knee over to the side. Lower it down as you exhale. Float the foot up as you inhale. Option of hovering the right knee off the mat. Pressing down into the hands. Keeping right shoulder above the right wrist, right hip above the right knee. Right leg straightens, lift the left foot to the sky, three-leg dog. One-legged plank, take shoulders above the wrist, point into the toe. Lift the left foot back up to the ceiling. Extend it to hip height. Draw the leg over to the side, keeping the thigh nice and engaged, keeping the right arm straight. Shoulders come above the wrist, still extending the leg to the side. Take the foot behind you. Knee comes to the nose. Step the foot through. Rise up into a high lunge, sweeping the hands up to the ceiling. Be active through the back thigh. Think about pressing the heel away from you. Take the hands together in front of the chest. Take your weight into the left foot, float forward, right thigh parallel with the mat. Root down into your standing foot, grow nice and tall. Take the left hand onto the hip. Take right hand in front of the knee, grow even taller, then exhale. Draw the knee over to the side. Now from here, you're going to take your hands together in front of the chest, but still continuing to draw this knee over to the side. Finding stability through the left ankle. Engaging through inner and outer thigh and the right side. Bend into the knee as if you're coming into tree, so foot is going to draw towards the left leg, but don't take it onto it. So really working with your active range of motion here. Now come into Vrikshasana tree, taking the right foot to the inside of the leg. That can be either on the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, just whatever works for you. Take the hands together. And just zone into something in front of you. Just focusing on that point. Still tracking the right knee open, engaging through the thigh. Option of extending the hands up towards the ceiling. Continuing to grow tall. Continuing to root down into your foundation. Exhale, draw the hands back together in front of the chest. Soften into the left knee. Release the right foot down onto the mat. Feet placed together in front of the mat. Breathe in, take the hands to the sky. Exhale, fold from the hips, maintaining that length through the spine. Breathe in, take the right leg so that it's in line with the hip. Exhale, draw it down towards the mat. Inhale, extend the foot back so that it's in line with the hip. Then take the leg over to the side, but keeping the left hip above the left knee. Lifting the right leg as high as you can, then begin to drop behind you. Finding Ardha Chandrasana, right hand might come onto the hip, and then it might come up to the ceiling. Become active through the right quad, drop into the kneecap. Find the biggest bend into the left knee, place the right foot to the back of the mat. Arms come to shoulder height, sink down into the front knee. Back thigh is still engaged. Release right hand down the leg. Float left hand to the ceiling. Keeping the knee above the ankle. Keeping the knee tracking open too. Take arms to shoulder height. Take elbow onto the thigh, draw right arm overhead. Lengthen into the side body. Continue to engage through the inner thigh in this left knee, drawing it open. Then continuing to engage through the right quadriceps. Left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle. Reach out through the right fingertips. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. Release right hand down onto the mat. Swivel on the ball of the back foot. Take left hand to the ceiling, coming into a twisted runner's lunge. Place the left hand to the outside of the foot. Travel into plank. Feet hip distance apart. Take shoulders forward, knees on or off the mat. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Hug the tops of the arms into the torso. Exhale, release all the way down. Untuck toes, press into the hands and knees, come into child's pose. Resting forehead in the mat. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Take one more deep inhale here. Follow that with a big exhale. Find your all fours once again. Tucking both toes under. Now this time it's the right leg leading, so begin to lift the foot to the sky with that foot flex. Use your exhale to lower the knee to the earth. Breathe in, extend the knee over to the side. Breathe out, draw it back down. Inhale, lift foot to the ceiling. Continuing to keep it lifted as you hover your left knee off the mat. Maybe lifting foot slightly higher. Straighten through the left leg, three-legged downward dog. Right foot comes to the sky. One leg plank, shoulders come above the wrist, pointing into the right toes. Lift the foot back to the ceiling, three-leg dog. Take the leg to hip point. Flex into the foot, keep the hips square with the mat, draw the leg over to the side, left arm stays straight. Shoulders come above the wrist, keeping this leg extended to the side. Drop behind you. Point into the toes, then bring the knee to the chest. Foot places through between the hands. Rise up into a high lunge. Taking a moment here, grounding down into the front foot. Keep grounding into that front foot, take the hands together in front of the chest. Flying forward, left thigh becomes parallel with the mat. So place your right hand onto the hip. Take the left hand in front of the knee, begin to draw the knee over to the side. Keep engaging through your glute med on the right side to draw the hip inwards. Taking it in towards the midline, then take your hands together in front of the chest. Still keeping that left knee drawing open. Begin to bend into the knee, drawing the foot towards the leg, but don't take it on it just now. Continuing to lengthen through the spine, reach the crown of the head to the sky, drawing left knee further out to the side. Finding tree pose now, as you place the left foot onto the right leg. Take hands together. Inner thigh still continues to engage. Knee points out to the side. Hip bones face forward. Option of extending the hands up to the sky. Feeling yourself growing tall from your foundation. And then exhale, take the thumbs together in front of the chest. Soften into the right knee, release left foot down onto the mat. Take the hands up towards the ceiling in one big in-breath. Draw the hands down towards the mat as you breathe in. On an inhale, begin to take the left leg so that it's in line with the hip. Exhale, draw the foot towards the mat. Breathe in, extending the leg back to hip height. Keep the foot flexed, draw the leg over to the side with toes pointing towards the front. Leg then extends behind you. Find Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Left hand maybe onto the hip, or maybe up to the sky. Big bend into the right knee. Warrior two, as you breathe out, back foot comes down onto the mat, arms come to shoulder height, and just settling into this asana. The inner thigh on the right side begins to engage so that when you can look down at your feet, you see big toe and second toe no more. Release left hand down the leg. Right hand floats to the sky. Inhale back into warrior two. Place right elbow onto the thigh, sweep left arm overhead into extended side angle. Take an exhale, continuing to deepen into this posture as right hand comes to the inside of the foot. Keep active through the back leg. Now as you exhale, you're going to swivel on the ball of the back foot. Take the left hand to the outside of the right foot and then breathe in, take the right hand up to the sky. Now if that's too much, you can take your hand to the inside and just come back in to a twisted lunge. So the aim here is to still stay active through the back thigh, find rotation through the chest, and lengthen out through the side body, pinning the right hip back. From here, come into revolved Trikonasana, placing back foot down onto the mat at a 45-degree angle, straightening through the right leg, and revolving your heart over to the side. Now again, if that's too much, just take the hand to the inside of the foot and keep rotating. Both legs are straight. Keep pressing into your foundation and almost feel as if you're dragging your heels in towards one another to activate through the inner seams of the legs. Release the right hand down onto the mat. Left hand comes down, swivel on the ball of the back foot, hop this left foot in, exhale. Take the right leg in line with the hip. Exhale, draw the foot down towards the earth. Breathe in, extend the leg back to hip height. And slowly draw the leg over to the side. Take it back behind you. Finding half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Just taking this in stages. Coming to whichever stage works for you. Press the back heel away. Big bend into the front knee, warrior two. Arms come back to shoulder height. Chin is parallel with the mat. Tailbone tucked down. Peaceful warrior, right hand down the back leg. Left hand to the sky. Keep the bend in the front knee, then take the arms back to shoulder height. Place left elbow onto the thigh, sweep right arm overhead, lengthen into the side body, staying active through this back thigh. Exhale, take left hand to the inside of the foot. Keep peeling the chest open. Keep connecting to your breath and connecting into your foundation. Swivel on the ball of the back foot, take the right hand to the outside of the left foot and take the left hand up to the ceiling. Press the back heel away from you. Firm up into the quad. Drop the back foot down onto the mat at a 45-degree angle. Utthita Parvrutta Trikonasana, peeling left hip back. And just remembering your options. So maybe hand to the inside of the foot, or you can even place it up onto your leg just to find more of an openness through the chest there. And then release the hand down. Swivel on the ball of the back foot, place right hand down, this time just wriggle the right foot back slightly. Step the left foot back, finding plank. Inhale, take the shoulders forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Deep breath in. Exhale to release down. Toes untucked, press into the hands, just come into cobra. Wrapping tops of the arms in towards the ribcage. And taking your gaze forward. Exhale, release back down. Press into the hands and knees, come into child's pose. Resting forehead down onto the mat. And just taking a moment. And if you lost your breath, just come back to it. Steady rhythm in through the nose and out through the nose. Lift your head for a moment, look the hands over towards the right side, placing left hand on top of the right and lowering the forehead back down. Keep magnetizing the tailbone towards the heels. Keep lengthening into the side body. Breathe in, lift the head, walk the hands towards the center, then travel over towards the left. Right hand places on top of the left, the forehead lowers back down. Now as you direct tailbone to the heels, you're just continuing to open through the hips, as well as finding length through side body. And lift the head, walk the hands towards the center. Inhale, come into all fours. Swing the feet over to the side, lower the sit bones down and extend the feet in front of you. Grow down through your sit bones, root nice and tall, then take the right hand to the inside of the knee. Place left hand just around the foot to take the foot to the inner thigh. Janushirasana A, inhale, take hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold from the hip, find length through the spine and soften through the shoulders. And just taking a moment here to continue to release through the inner thigh on this right side. Drawing knee to the earth. Lengthening into left hamstring. And allowing your breath to soften so that your body can soften. Heart melts towards the thigh. And release the hands, slowly uncurl the spine. So the foot comes down onto the mat, then step it to the outside of the left foot. Left thigh, sorry. Right hand comes to the base of the spine, fold the left hand up. Rotate the torso over to the right, hook elbow to the outside of the knee. And gaze over the shoulder. Broaden through the chin. Using your right hand to maintain the length through the spine. Chin is parallel with the mat. And literally just feel your rib cage wrapping around your spine. And using this left elbow to draw the knee to the center. To release into the outer hip on the right side. Remain active through the left leg. And release to the center. Finding more open twist, left hand comes to the base of the spine. Take the right elbow to the inside of the knee and gaze over the left shoulder. Grow nice and tall. Direct your right side rib cage just a little bit further out. And release back to the center. Allow the right foot to meet the left. Repeat the same in the other side. So just firstly opening through the knee joint. Then using your right hand to place the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feeling left knee melting to the mat. Feeling the lengthening through right side hamstrings. Releasing any tension through the jawline. Release hands, uncurl the spine. Come onto the sole of the foot, then place the left foot to the outside of the thigh. Left hand comes to the base of the spine, float right hand up. Rotate the torso over to the side, hook the elbow to the outside of the knee, gaze over the shoulder, using your right elbow to the outer thigh to draw the knee across the midline to release through the outer hip. Keep growing nice and tall. Using each exhale to find more depth through your twist. Release back to the center. Take the left hand onto the mat. Left elbow comes to the inside of the knee and gaze over the shoulder on the right side. And draw back to the center. Left foot really meets the right. Breathe in, grow nice and tall, coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold as you exhale. And just placing your hands wherever they land. Soften through shoulders, drop them away from the ears, open through the chest so that you can allow your breath to circulate. That breath will allow you to deepen yourself further into the posture. Feeling this release not only in the hamstrings, but also maybe in the lower back. Maybe even traveling up to the middle back too. And let go of the bind around your feet or legs. And curl the spine. Coming into Sukhasana, easy seated pose with the right leg leading. Just take a breath in, draw the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold from the hips, extend your hands forward, lowering the forehead in the direction of the mat. And just taking a moment to feel a release into the outer hip. Every exhale, head comes closer to the mat. And walk the hands back and curl the spine. Repeat the same on the other side, so left leg now leads. Maybe wriggling your feet slightly further away from one another. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold. Walking your hands as far forward as you can while still gluing the sit bones to the mat. Releasing any tension through the forehead and that space between the eyebrows. Walk the hands back. Uncurl the spine. Just take your hands onto your knees for a moment, closing over your eyes. As you sit here on the mat, acknowledging any changes, both mentally and physically. Maybe feeling yourself more grounded and more centered than you began your practice. And hopefully acknowledging those changes in the physical body. More of an openness through the hips, a release through the inner thighs, and just feeling yourself free of that tension through the hip area. Taking a moment to thank yourself for taking the time to come onto your mat today. Giving yourself the gratitude you deserve for taking you through your practice. And as you breathe in, take the hands up towards the ceiling, allow the palms to meet. Thumbs rest onto the crown of the head. Take them between the eyebrows to the third eye. And into the heart center. Exhale to gently bow your head. Om Shanti. And thank you so much for tuning into that little practice with me. I hope you enjoy.